Welcome to another video. Hopefully you guys are having a wonderful day today. Today I want to run you guys down this missed trade that we had, which was a 4.6 RR. It went hit our hard time for drawing liquidity as well. We could talk about that as well. Today I think Euro and China were doing some trades. I don't know why they were talking about doing some trade. They're negotiating a deal for what I'm saying, for some trade rules, right? To get to fight the tariff, which is to get the zero, to get a good deal for the electric vehicle tariff. I don't know what that is, but that did drive the market up higher. Yeah, it boosted up to the higher time to the 12-month time for drone liquidity. As I told you guys a long time ago, when when the CRT low got souped, went to CRT high here, right? 12-month time frame, right? People told me, one guy really even texted me. He's like, bro, why are you just 12-month time frame? You trading in a 15-minute higher time frame, and higher time for analysis, higher time for drawing liquidity. This is how you know where the market will go in a lower time frame, right? And those guys who said it, I never heard of him again. I'm saying, it's normal, right? People like that are normal. People like that who don't use the daily or the weekly or the any time frame above the daily time frame are gamblers, right? You will never make out in trading without using that, right? But enough ranting. Let's get straight into it, right? The setup, I'm gonna tell you guys why I missed it, and I'm gonna tell you guys the actual reason, right? I'm not gonna bullshit you guys, right? Because I'm here, even myself. I don't make this video for a benefit for you guys. I make this video for benefit of me. I use this video as a journal. As I told you guys multiple times, there are types of journal. Recording yourself is one type, and I'm also posting it for you guys as well, right? To the viewers, but for me as well, so I can look back into this video and learn from it, right? You basically journal. This is counts as my journal right here, right? This is why you guys see me upload a video every single day, journaling, right? This is all I do, right? And I do have other journals other than my life, even my life. I journal my life, it's fantastic, right? I go check out every action I take. I'm like, okay, that was right, that I was wrong. Why did I drive this way? Today I drive a little hectically. I even journaled that shit. I was like, okay, why the fuck did I not think clearly when I'm driving? I was basically like um unconscious driving. Fuck, like what I'm saying. That's a lot of problem I had. I journaled it. I was like, yo, when I'm driving, I must pay attention. I must pay attention here, and there was a stop sign for me to stop. I didn't just. Why goofy? I didn't stop for the stop sign, right? I thought I was supposed to go, right? Because I stopped already. Another car came. I thought I was supposed to go, but I forgot. I'm supposed to stop until they leave, right? And eventually, my dumbass had to journal that off, right? And this lesson out of that as well. Lesson of driving the car even is to pay attention, be present, stop going up unconscious, look at your surrounding, because you're putting people life in danger. I'm putting first of all my family life in danger because they're in the car. Second of all, why am I speeding, right? The next lesson should not be speeding. You know what I'm saying? Go the normal limit. Yes, it's probably like, oh shit, you being a normal citizen. It's a fucking point, right? You're doing this, you're risking somebody else's life, right? So, the lesson is to basically not drive fast, be present, know your surroundings, look left, right. Every time you turn, look left, right, right. Drive clearly, don't drive recklessly. Yeah, that's a lesson. But enough of that ranting, right? You can see it journaling everything here, right? And journaling every action I take. And the journal, you guys know, this matters to me because I look at these videos. But now let's go over why we missed the setup. Before we do that, I'm gonna tell you guys, what I'm saying, my analysis, right? Our analysis throughout the whole week has been 100% correct. Fantastic, right? But I'm gonna tell you guys why I missed the setup, right? Now let's go to high time frame, find our high time frame drawn liquidity here, right? We had a weekly ERL right over here to IRL, right? We had a weekly CRT to the downside, so short term drawn liquidity with this weekly CRT high. You could see this one went way above the weekly CRT high. As I said, there was some sort of thing happening around EU or the electric motors or something like that, right? They were negotiating deals with China. China's very advanced for some reason, man. They have cars that can dance with you. It's crazy, all right? But yeah, that's why the market started popping up here. You can see how even when Trump did a 10% tariff on European Union, it didn't do shit, right? It's show me the chart, tell you the news, right? But today know what I'm saying, my drawn liquidity today, even today, is show me the chart. I'll tell you the news, right? The market went here. Why? Because I had to have drawn liquidity, right? I thought it was gonna go lower here, eventually go up high from here and on forward, right? But guess what? It just went up high from here. Could have definitely gone here, right? It made sense, but you know, this push up it was a surprise because it happened way later than CPI, right? CPI stagnated a little bit, came right back down, went right back up, right? Because of the China versus European Union, they would do something over there, right? But you see, this is a hard time analysis, right? I'll go to the later time frame for even more, even more in depth of a analysis paralysis, right? So lower time frame have a super low, super high. We made a daily range discount premium. Discount daily range got tapped. We're gonna do range high. We as well had a classic expansion profile to the upside. Monday low was protected, so it was definitely confirmed, right? So we have Monday low of the week for Thursday, Friday continuation, possibly Friday retracement because of the end of the weekly range gap. And what else we had here? We had a daily CRT upside. Daily CRT, yes, it did close below it, but there was a confirmation to the CRT, which is fantastic. It eventually respected out the whole week. And yeah, drawing got met here. We as well had a daily IRL to ERL. And yeah, that's what we had. Now let's go to the lower time frame for our market narrative and market context. So market narrative was basically to context plus narrative was bullish order flow. We're looking for a new situation. We did not have any OTE here because the OTE during lunch session never made an OTE here, so we have no OTE. It's primarily I'm saying just push up, right? Without doing an OTE, right? So what else do we had here? We had as well a we had no ranges here, right? I mean, we did have some sort of range. You could say range low got purged with the range high. That could be one of the narrative. The main narrative of here, but the narrative was range low got purged right over here. This range is still a range this Monday, right? Range low got purged with the range high got met. Eventually, what else we had here? In the lower time frame, we had a daily range as well. Market stood at a low, stood at a high, stable low, stable high, right? You can see right over here. We had a daily range here, right? Market tapped the discounted of the daily range, so I'll draw the become daily range high. You can see a daily daily range points over here. The daily range of the 4-hour time for narrative points over here, right? That's why this was a very strong magnetic field, right? And lower other than that, what else we had here? I would say, right, we had ranges, we have daily ranges, we had a new situation, we had another range here, we had a bullish order flow. That's enough for to take a trade. Lower time frame. Now let's go for a no situation because you guys know for new situation usually we use an hourly CRT instead of the 4-hour, right? And new situation. I was looking to take a trade around 7 a.m. but 7 a.m. purchased the CRT high first. I was like, okay, I'm done. Went till 8 a.m. look for a trade, and eventually 7 a.m. came right back down. Made a good range. Eventually, it's our key level. Our key level had a SMT divergence with the DXY. Eventually, had SMT. Now go to the 5-minute using time for alignment to execute a trade. The 5-minute time frame, you can see right over here. Our entry is there. Entry there. Stop loss here. Take profit one. Right. This is the candle had SMT. Right. SMT with the gold letter pair with DXY. Eventually, you see right over here we had SMT right over there. Number one. Stop loss here. We had the right model one. That model one is not big nor too small. So we're taking out of that candle. Eventually, first take profit, second take profit, third take profit. Then I may take profit for this trade. And instead of the bullish narrative was this right over here. Because this one offers a 1.9 RR, this one offers like a 3 RR. Why I'm gonna may take profit all over here and not this, simply because they were kind of new to this, so that's probably gonna get hit as well, right? As my may take profit, right? So they got met quick, like before the news hit, right? But eventually news hit the drawn liquidity as well. But even during news, I would have been able to cash out during news because of the the news trading rules, right? I'll talk about that as well. So yeah, now how did we miss this trade? What was the lesson of the trade? How did we end up missing this trade? Was distraction. I focused and I did not check other pair I did not monitor other pairs like DXY and GU to look for SMT divergence, right? So even to me, it was kind of surprised. I was like, why is the market just going up here? Does it make sense? Is it supposed to give me a setup? Because usually during CPI and NFP, will always have a setup, right? I always see there as being a setup for a, CPI and PPI, or I mean, not CPI and NFP, right? Today was kind of surprising. I was like, okay, why do I not have a setup here? Now, I mean, it's not always gonna give me a setup, but really high chance of it giving me a setup here, right? So I had a setup here. I was like, market closed bearish on a 78 candle. How come it's not super on the low? And eventually check, oh shit, there was S&P that reversed with DXY and eventually went up here, right? Now the lesson is distractions, right? I was checking my phone. I was checking the news trade was right. Am I able to take the trade? Will I be able to profit the news trade? And eventually I found out I can, only in the evaluation stage. But in the master account, there's going to be some sort of rules for it, right? To give some a little bit more restrictions, right? I checked, okay, I can trade it during a evaluation trade, but not during the master account, right? Okay. And I basically was doing there, right? And eventually missed a setup because of that. I mean, during that time, not gonna lie to you guys, during 8 a.m. I wasn't even. During this setup happened at 8 a.m. Right? I didn't even check my phone during 8 a.m. because I was live at 8 a.m. Right? So I didn't check my phone at 8 a.m. and I was live at 8 a.m. and I went live stream. So the distraction was there because I didn't look at the other chart. Right? I was looking at my phone, right? And I was confused. I didn't look at the chart, right? So that's what distraction got me, right? So lesson is to be focused. If I'm looking at chart, there's no need for me to look at the phone because this is my work. This is how I usually get paid, right? Without this, I gotta get paid, right? This is giving me my income, right? So if I'm looking at the chart, I must pay attention to the chart. I cannot look at the phone, right? I must completely put my whole focus to the chart. And the next lesson is look for S&P divergences on multiple pairs, right? I only usually only look at for SMT on GU and EU, but not DXY, right? But from now on, I just added the rule where I'm supposed to primarily focus on EUSD, but use GPUSD and DXY as SMT confirmations, right? For SMT trades. So yeah, from now on forward, I will when I'm looking for SMT, I'm going to be analyzing both pairs, both pair EUSD and GPUSD, right? And DXY, not just GU as a SMT confirmation, right? I'll use DXY. Yes, I've known this for a long time that DXY has been used for as a negative correlation, but from now on forward, I'm gonna pay attention to it as well because I usually barely look at DXY, but not from now on forward, I will constantly look at GU and DXY for SMT confirmation trades, right? Whenever there's SMT, I'll look both at GU and DXY for those confirmations, right? Because the trade happened because of the SMT divergence, right? So what's the next lesson? That's the next lesson, and the other lesson is side notes. It's we can trade news during evaluation stage. So from now on forward, if I have a news during NFP or CPI, and if I'm in the evaluation stage, I would take the trade. But if I'm in the master account where if I'm funded, I do not enter the setup unless if I'm in the trade a day before or a couple hours before during London session, right? Otherwise, I will not take the trade. If I'm in a setup like let's just say CPI comes out or the NFP comes out, right? And I get a trade like what, let's say 30 minutes, 40 minutes, or 20 minutes beforehand, I will not execute that trade because first of all, NFP, the CPI was kind of, I'm saying, interesting because he didn't do that big of a move, but you can see when that happens, when I have a setup like 30 minutes, 40 minutes before, I will not executing a master account or like meaning like in a funded account, but I was executing an invalidation, right? This setup to push to the upside, usually you're not supposed to, you can't profit out of this, right? But I can as of right now because I'm in the evaluation stage, right? So during the master account, I will not enter these trades, a couple minutes before it. I will only call the trade through the news if I'm in there for a couple hours before it during London session, or I don't trade London session, so I'll probably won't be in it, right? Or days before it, right? As you guys know, we sometimes we get swing trades, right? Which go, which we hold it for a couple of days, right? So yeah, that's a side note. Side note is basically to, and currently every time If I'm in that evaluation stage, I would take news trades, either NFP or CPI. As long as I have that setup there, I would take the news setups, right? Because they will let me profit out of it, right? But during the master account, I will not trade news 40 minutes, 30 minutes before it. I will not trade it. I will not execute a trade because first of all, it's only cons into it. Second of all, it will do a big spike upside and downside most of the time. So there's gonna be no profit to be made from that, right? Because I have to wait for like what 10 minutes for that duration to end. Was 10 minutes enough for the market to spike up and down, right? And yeah, that would get stops out, right? So during master account, during the front end account, I will not I will not execute a trade if I'm in a trade. You know, if I get a setup like a couple of minutes before it, right? Or 40 minutes, 30 minutes before it, I will not execute it, or a couple hours before it, I will not execute it unless, you know, if I'm in a trade like a day before it, right? Or, you know, unless what I was gonna say? Um shit. But yeah, that's a side note. But most of the time, as of right now, even the master account, if I get it, if I get a new setup, upon public is gonna execute that in the evaluation stage of an account, right? But yeah, that's a lesson of the side note as well. And the main primary lesson is to be focused. If I'm trading here, my main focus will be trading. I will not use my phone, and I do not use my phone during the trading session. I'll look at my phone only primarily. I will only look at the chart primarily into the chart, and I will monitor DXY and GU both together to look for the SMT trades, right? And yeah, going from on forward, right? But yeah, that's how I mess up 4.6 hour setup. You're probably wondering, most of you guys told me, Taki, time over price. You said that, Thursday and Friday is supposed to close for a fair price. Why did the market still go up higher, right? Keep in mind, um, there was a news that came out around there with China and EU. China and EU, they're trying to do some, deals, negotiations for a less tariff on vehicles, right? On electric vehicles, right? To make the tariff less. And when that happened, just started skyrocketing up even higher, right? So it made sense for that to happen. Right. So, but during time over price, as I said, Thursday and Friday was always want to go for risk to take profit. What if I gone over here? No, because this was just a news drive, right? News is driving to the higher type and drawing liquidity, right? But basically, time over price during Thursday and Friday, we always go for risk to take profit. But Monday through Wednesday, we can go for a higher type of take profit, right? But you can see, um, it went up high to the higher type of look at the 12-month CRT high, right? That only happened because of the, the EU and China negotiation, which is the, without that, would the market gone there? No, you would have gone there over the long term, but market would have, come back a little bit, eventually went up higher over the next couple of weeks, right? But yeah, the news just spread, pushed the volume to the upside, meaning the draw on liquidity. That's what happened, yeah. But yeah, this is my base trade recap. I'd share this right here, and I will, catch you next time. Next time, I will not, use my phone during the session. I will have focus primarily in the charts, right? I will, I will I will analyze, DXY and GU or SMTs, right? Potential SMT that could possibly happen because SMT happen right if you hit to the upside. And yeah, and I will execute on the setups. So yeah, thank you for watching. This is how I missed a 4.6 hour setup. Very beautiful setup. I'm not going to get mad over this. I'm not gonna get concerned over this. It's not gonna let that happen. Although the setup, coulda, shoulda, woulda, got us funded with this other account, but it's all fine. We're not gonna stress it, right? The market will always be here, but not our, not our bank account, right? Now you know, eventually, if we think that market's not going to be here, we're going to spend so much trades, we're going to blow our account, then we're not going to have any money to trade with, right? The market will be here, but not our PNL, right? So, yeah, thank you for watching. I will not get concerned. I'll probably catch you next time, right? This is, what I'm saying, my missed trade recap. You guys know we will definitely catch you next time. So, yeah, see you guys later. Peace out.